my wonderful friends. Magus with you on another beautiful day in Asha, and we're on Asha 4. So excited. This is the one most people are waiting for because this is Magi magic. We're going to learn how to make first circle magic, and the statement is create with word. Before you can get to this, make sure you've seen 1, 2, and 3 because you can't fool the power. You can't skip ahead. If you haven't done Asha 1, 2, and 3, you cannot work in Magi magic. It's that simple. So make sure you go back and watch those and then come back to this. My friends, we talked about in last video about quantum physics and that energy makes particles, that spirit and mind make form. And so we're going to start to learn how to move matter with mind, with vibration. Do you remember that Christ said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that holds my word, my vibration, and trust God has God life." We need some God life, good life. In Zoroastrianism, you're probably knowing this by now, God and good means the same thing. Why do we want magic and miracles? Because we want our good. It's our birthright because we come from good spirit. We're made of good spirit. My friends, it's an injustice to us to get sick and diseased, because why? We are divine life. We are divine health. And when we start to understand who and what we are, and we're going to start creating from that place of power. I almost got ahead of myself there. That's number 3 is our reason. We're going to touch on that. You have to have a reason to do magic. Do you remember in Asha 1, we talked about the plastic medium of creation, and that we create in that plastic medium our world, our form, our matter, and we do it with word. And so we have to understand what word is, and we talked about that in our last video. You have to know what the word is, what vibration it is that you're creating with. And then in Asha 2 and 3, it told us to know only good, to hold good, to think good, to think God, vohu menu, the Christ mind, right? Purity, because what we vibrate, we create. My friends, the statement is create with word. You have to understand that everything that you see in form and matter started with word, a vibration. And so we want to make sure we're creating with the original word, because that's the perfect creator's perfect idea. Everything that you see that is not perfect is false word. And we covered that again yesterday with Asha 3 and Asha 13. There's an original word and there's a false word. If you see sickness and disease, poverty and lack, pain and suffering, that's created from the wrong energy, from the false word. We have to get back, we have to align our spiritual vibration to make our material world in order and harmony. The teaching says these 4 powers are the mental powers concerned with forming. Think how simple that is. To work in Magi magic, to work the miracles of Jesus, there's only 4 ingredients, my friends. Number 1 is temperance, self-restraint, do not sin or think err. And I always cover this, because you must understand this. People hear sin and they feel judged, and they think about things maybe they learned from different priests and preachers that were just trying to control you or get money from you, you know, and so they made up sins, things that aren't sin or err at all. Maybe how long or short you cut your hair, if you wear jewelry or not, if you pay your tithe or not, if you're a good citizen or not, if you're a good little boy and girl and clean your room or not, if you get good grades or not, and you feel like a dirty sinner if you don't do those things. My friends, those are not sin and error. Let that set you free for a minute, my friends. The only thing that is sin and error is going against your nature, which is love. Okay, so if you get into hate, that is sin and error. You're thinking and vibrating the wrong thing, because when you're in hate and anger, vohu menu, the good mind, the God mind is far from you. And now you're vibrating and you're creating things that you don't want in your life. You're attracting to you. You're in resonance for more hate and anger and fear and bad things in your life, my friends. So we want to hold love because that's our true nature. Now we're attracting what we want. We're attracting people that love us and want the best for us, and we're creating our world in such a beautiful way. Do not get caught up into the lie of the matrix religions of what sin is, my friends. Sin is just thinking error. Asha 15 covers this perfectly. It says, only make high vibration comments to yourself and to others. Only vibrate high. Only think God. That's the key to everything. Think good. Think God. Think love, peace, joy, kindness. No matter how anyone else is acting or what's going on around you, you create your atmosphere by the vibration you hold. So do not sin or think error. That's number one. Number two in working in Magi magic is fortitude. You have to have strength in facing adversity without fear and without doubt. You cannot be doubting. You cannot have your conscious mind and just your words saying that you believe and you want, but inside your 90% subconscious is screaming, you don't believe that, my friends, because what you're vibrating, the subconscious mind, the heart of hearts, is what's coming to you. That is what is transmitting and receiving. It's not your little carnal brain. It's not just spoken words. You know, I use this as an example, and it's an easy way to understand. Have you ever have someone tell you they love you with their mouth, but you're not feeling it from a heart level, my friends? We're dealing with heart levels, and that's why it's so important. You got to know yourself. You got to get honest with yourself, my friends. You can't lie to yourself, because why? You can't fool the power. You're not going to work in Magi magic if you're not vibrating right. So we don't want to cover up our sin and error. We want to shine a light on it and get rid of it. We want to pour out our vessel of any darkness and let the light fill us, my friends. And worry, when you worry, you are actually praying for the worst outcome, because that's what you're believing on a subconscious level. And you see this when people pray. They're begging out to a deity. Oh, please save me. Save my children. Help us. But in their heart, they've already given up. They're thinking God's not going to come. He never comes. And because they have the wrong idea of who God is, they've accepted into their hearts the matrix religion gods, the one that hates, wars, kills, destroys. You can't understand his ways, right? And so they've lost hope inside, and the matrix has them right where they want them, bound, stuck, frustrated, vibrating wrong to keep creating the hell on earth. But my God, the Magi are here with the message of Asha to tell you God is all good. God and good are the same thing. He don't hate, war, kill, destroy. He has no attributes of the evil spirit, my friends. And that means there's nothing to worry about. All you got to do is align with the all good spirit of Ahura Mazda, and you're going to have a good outcome, because we're taking control back, because we have now become one with God, one with love, one with peace, one with joy. And what we vibrate, we create. It's not just religion, my friends. We know it's quantum physics, it's science, it's real. It can be documented. What we vibrate, we create. And now we're creating different because we're vibrating different. And then here comes my favorite, number 3, reason. Why do I love reason so much? Because you have to have reason to work in magic. Reason, it's a basis or a cause for your belief. And what is our basis for belief? Because we're right, if you don't really believe it, you're just begging, you're hoping, and that doesn't do anything, my friends. You're not going to create any magic just begging and hoping and wondering. You have to have a reason to believe, and our beliefs are powerful. What is our reason? It's Asha, my friends. And when the highest truth, Asha, it's that a perfect creator made a perfect you and a perfect world. Therefore, it's our birthright to live in that perfect world. It's an injustice to us when we get sick, my friends. And we need to start speaking like that. We need to start saying, I am divine life. Death cannot enter me. I am divine health. Sickness and disease dies when it touches me. It can't even come into my first circle of light. See it, my friends, a light around you that is Asha, that is truth. And my friends, sickness and disease dies when it touches me. I rule the air. I rule the atmosphere. Me and my children will live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a child of the King. I am powerful and I am free. And my friends, we put our focus on Asha. We hold that vibration of Asha, of Vohumenu, of the Christ mind, of who we truly are. We have let the ego self go, the false self go, and now we're creating from this new energy, which brings us to number 4, my friends, energy. You must have a source of usable power. What do we use? We use Ahura Mazda, the highest principle of good, my friends. And then we talked about yesterday in Asha 13, we've let the false word go that evil comes from the Creator. That is the false word, my friends. The original word is all good comes from the Creator. Instinctively, there's a book written inside of us that knows what good is and what bad is. We know that good is good and bad is bad. And though the matrix religions try as they will to lie to us about what that is, and they try to mix it and confuse it and make these gray areas, we know that we know that we know what good is, my friends. We know what light is. We know what darkness is. We know what health is. We know what sickness is. We know what love is. We know what hate is. My friends, we are not stupid because we come from good spirit and we're made of good spirit, and we will return to good spirit. And we're going to hold these vibrations and we're going to create Magi magic, my friends. We're going to create first circle around us. We're going to create an atmosphere, a light that is so powerful. Every cell of our bodies are aligning, and we're creating new form and new matter, my friends. We're changing our life. We're changing our homes and families and land, and we're going to change as a collective this world back to Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. My friends, I am so proud of every one of you and all that you're doing. Keep sharing Asha. Asha, it's available. It's Asha by Winston Head at Amazon. Get it. Read it. And my friends, I love it. People, they tell me, Magus, it's so simple, and it's not that much to it. It's 16 simple statements and teachings. But look at what happens, my friends. Spirit starts to speak to you and you start writing all that he gives you in it, my friends, and it grows. It is a living book, my friends. It plants a seed and a harvest starts to come out of it, and you change inside and we change what is outside. So beautiful, so simple. My friends, you know this. I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll see you next time for Asha 5.